Afternoon. It's Dr. Chudi Ufondu of Inspirations Global Health Solutions. Thank you so much and welcome to our clinic this afternoon. Today is 40th Friday, and every Friday about this time, we normally devote time to women about age 40. Now, today we're going to talk about the 5 reasons why you need to be in the boot camp coming up on Sunday. Remember that on Sunday by 9 p.m. Nigerian time, we are going to host our Sghs Bootcamp for Ovulation. Now, anytime you hear about Bootcamp, it's actually like an intensive program, like all or none. Whatever happens, we're going to get the results we need. Now, on Sunday, we are going to devote the whole of this month towards complete understanding of what ovulation is all about. Now, there are specific reasons you have to be there on Sunday as a woman in this clinic. So by default, advancing maternal age starts from 35 years and above. So if you're 35 years and above, while you're thanking God you are getting older, you have to deal with your reality. And part of your reality is you're going to have struggles. You're going to have challenges becoming pregnant when you compare yourself to when you're younger. Now, there are certain reasons that you should, by default, be among the first in Sunday's bootcamp. And I'm going to take time to narrate the 5 reasons. So if you haven't registered, please follow the admin as I'm talking to you right now. Admin will be sharing the information about what you need, about the reason why you should be there, about the links, how you can attend, why you should attend. Now, we've posted a couple of things that would enable you. Now, the remaining part is for you to step up. So join the admin, announce your location, make sure you can see me clearly, make sure you can hear me clearly. Once you come in, you can see me clearly, you can hear me clearly. We're going to start. Now, number 1 reason why you have to be there on Sunday. Now, so many women might think they are ovulating, but they might not be ovulating. So ovulation is not all those cervical egg white makers, whatever temperature. They are all non-specific signs. They are not confirmation that you're ovulating. Now, the fact you are 35 years and above, you have a lot of factors you're going to be catching up with. So by default, the possibility you might have ovulatory problem is very high as you're getting older. So number 1 reason for you attend the ovulation bootcamp is what? To confirm, to know how to confirm if you are actually ovulating. So that's number 1. This is because naturally your fertility will decline. So at 35 and above, even at 40, your fertility has declined. And when your fertility is declining, it's affecting your chances of ovulating. So above 35, you should confirm if you are ovulating. Number 1 important reason, if not the most important reason. Now, number 2, when you get to 35, it's expected you are wiser. It's expected that life has dealt with you. You know better now. You know how to react. You know how to do the right things. You know the right things not to do. Now, number 2 reason is to know the lifestyle modification, to be conversant with the lifestyle modification that can help you to maximize your ovulation. You know, so many people show up and they ask, oh, doc, what can I use to boost my ovulation? Now, there is no such thing. But when you adopt very healthy lifestyle, you can discover that the natural tendency which God gave you by default, you can optimize them. So number 2 point, it's how to modify your lifestyle at 35 years and above so you can become a mother by making sure you're ovulating. Number 3, to understand the relationship between aging, between ovulation and your fertility. So the fact you are 35 doesn't mean you cannot. It means you will, but you will have challenges. In life, we overcome challenges. We meet challenges. So challenges doesn't mean you're not going to be a mother. It means you need to put in extra effort. So when you attend, you will know the relationship between age, advanced age, ovulation, and fertility. Now, number 4, you will also understand the relationship between your ovarian reserve. So number 1 thing for all women, especially if you're 35 years and above, the very first test you have to conduct if you are having infertility is what? Ovarian reserve test. This will be the tiebreaker. This will tell you if you need to go further. This will tell you if you need to start freaking out whether you're ovulating or not, because your ovarian reserve test will tell us if you still have eggs. Now, if you don't have eggs, you don't have any business worrying if you're ovulating or not. It's only women that have eggs that should be worrying about ovulation. So when you attend, you will connect the dots between your ovulation reserve test and your fertility and the ability to ovulate. Let me repeat again. Admin, capture this for me. It's only women that have eggs remaining that can ovulate. When you no longer have eggs, you will no longer ovulate. You will no longer bleed. You will no longer need birth control because virtually everything has come to an end. You can still become a mother by going for donor eggs. But once your eggs are done, that's the end of the story. So ovulation is simply the process of releasing that egg. So we will connect the ovarian reserve test to your chance of ovulating. Now, the final point before I open the clinic to take your questions. Now, this is what we know. Some women above 35 are hovering around menopause. They are called premenopausal women. Unfortunately, when you enter menopause before 40, it's called premature menopause. Some women can have what we call premature ovarian failure or ovarian insufficiency. So depending on your age, assuming you're 50 and you're still running from one clinic to the other, from one church to the other, but you don't really know your status regarding ovulation, regarding menopause, or your premenopausal, when you attend the boot camp, you will know the signs that will tell you if you have gone into menopause, that will tell you if you might likely still be bleeding. And more importantly, you can know how to estimate or calculate your ovulation day and your fertility window. You see, when I started my maternal and child health talks, we started with ovulation. Every woman is supposed to be conversant with their cycle. Your cycle is the interval between the 2 bleeding days. Your first day of your cycle is the first day you truly bled. Now, your cycle has a normal range, 21 to 35 days. When you know your cycle and everything is still okay, you can point to the period you might likely ovulate. You might likely have your fertility window. Now, a woman has the best chance of getting pregnant when she makes love about the ovulation period. But the window itself is called fertility window. So your fertility window opens from 5 days before your ovulation and closes a day after. These are practicable things you can do for yourself. The reason why I'm taking time to explain all these 5 points, which I believe my admin is sharing with you, is to make sure you register. You have to maximize your chance of becoming a mother in 2022, not just by showing up and saying amen, not just by claiming other people's babies, but by doing your own part. So make sure you attend on Sunday. It will help you a lot. Make sure your partner is also gonna attend. Now be ready to seek help. Unfortunately, some women might have ovulation problems. When you have ovulation problems, what's the right thing for us to do? To wait? No, we go for help. So even when you are not ovulating, some people might have a need for ovulation induction drugs. Some people might have a need for different counseling. There are certain factors that can affect your ovulation. So when you attend, you will be in a better position to become a mother in 2022. So please, if there is any age group who should be in the boot camp, it's actually women in this room. Let me tell you why. It's assumed that when you get to 35, you are wiser. You are no longer a kid. You don't show up in social media and you keep watching Big Brother when you want to be a father, when you want to be a mother in 2022. You spend your money watching Big Brother. You spend your money gossiping. You spend your money peddling rumor that doesn't even have anything to do with you. You spend your money watching, create challenges, but you don't spend money in the right place, but you want to be a mother, but you want to be a father. So we understand that as you are getting older in your life, you become wiser. So if you are believing God for a baby and you don't have a baby yet, and you're 35 years and above, your chances are dwindling every single day. So avail yourself of the opportunity, get the knowledge you need, and we can meet you halfway. The reason why we show up is to help. That boot camp, I've already told my co-presenter, Dr. Nietzsche, that we have to pour our brains out. There is no other options. So if you haven't seen the distribution of topics, you better go and check them out. It's gonna be the mother of all presentations. Now, some women might not be able to attend, right? Because of their financial status. We take care of our own. We know some women might not be able to attend. So what we normally do is to pull our resources together. Now, if I have blessed you, or if you have been blessed by God, or if you have felt that this group has improved your knowledge and you were able to succeed and you want to give back and you want to give thanks, you can take 5 women. You can take 10 women, you can take 20, you can take 50 and tell admin, I'm going to sponsor 50 women to the upcoming event on Sunday. I'm going to sponsor 20, I'm going to sponsor 10, I'm going to sponsor 5. But guess what? Even if you don't do that, the blessing is still going to continue. But learn how to give people opportunity to leverage on your blessing. If we all become mothers, we are all going to be happy. We understand the need to help each other. This group is based on love. The reason why I have the strength and the passion to show up every day is called love. So don't just show up in this group. And the only time you show up is when you're getting. If you are blessed, also pay back. Okay, so I'm going to open the clinic now to give you an opportunity to interact with me. So if you have any questions, please ask. If you still need to subscribe, today is the 27th, right? So we still have a few days to end the month of August. If you want to subscribe for 1 week, come in. If you want to come in for 3 months, come in. If you want to come in for 1 month, come in. If you can afford 6 months, come in. If you are already pregnant, please and please and please don't go alone. It hurts so bad seeing babies we could have saved dying. And by the time you're coming to me, it's already late. Let's collectively help each other to become parents. Okay, so I'm going to open the clinic now and I will start taking care of your questions. So go ahead and start asking your questions. I'm going to provide you feedback. Okay, the clinic is open now. So I'm taking questions. Dr. Ndiche is also going to be in the background providing you feedbacks. So I'm going to start for questions and provide you feedback. All right, so ask your question. If you are having difficulties registering, follow up with the admin. Make sure when you register, you send us email. If you have not been added to the group, the problem is coming from you. When you register, send email, read your email, click on the link to be added. It's very important. How do you subscribe for 3 months? Follow admin. Okay? Okay, let's see. What's the normal estradiol level for women of childbearing age? So I'm not going to go into academics of your hormones. But what we know is this. For every reproductive hormone, depending on the lab you're using, this is actually the more important explanation. So different labs have their different values. So the lab in America here might have the normal range of estrogen to be from 200 to 400. That's the lab in America. Now, you need to focus on your numbers. Anytime you go to the lab, focus on the numbers. You might not necessarily be a doctor, but there are simple things you can understand. When they give you a number, they normally give you 2 numbers in bracket. Let me give you an example. So for this estrogen, if the normal range from the lab you did it is 200 to 400, and your number is 300, is 300 normal? Yes. Why? Because 300 is contained from 200 to 400. So 300 is between 200 to 400. But if you had 600 and the normal range is 200 to 400, 600 is higher than 400. So you have higher level of estrogen. In the same vein, if your estrogen level is 100, but the normal range is 200 to 600, when you have 100, 100 is lower than the normal range. So you have lower estrogen. And anytime you have higher or lower level of your hormones, it will affect your opportunity and your ability to become pregnant naturally. Let me give you an example of a particular hormone that is very important. Your progesterone. You see, you might be producing eggs. The sperm can come in, no problems. But if your progesterone level is low, implantation will not happen, because progesterone and estrogen will make the cover of your womb, which is called the endometrium, to be thick. If it's not thick, you will keep losing your baby, or pregnancy will not even happen in the first place. So all the hormones in the body must be within normal range. Now, what I will tell you, Chinwe, right? I think so. What you need to do is to avoid internet shopping for quick consults. So if your doctor sent you for a test, when that test result comes out, take it back to that same doctor for interpretation. Never ever take any medication from a doctor that didn't see you one-on-one. In this group, we have a standard. If you've been following me since 2015, you know I don't prescribe drugs, right? You might think I'm a mean doctor, but I'm protecting you. So take the result back to the same doctor that requested it. Let him interpret. The essence of going for tests is to come out with a diagnosis. When we have a diagnosis, it means we now find what might be causing the problem. Then we can begin to give you the appropriate treatment. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, please, doc, can one pay for intermittent? I don't understand. Please, can one pay for? You're kind of confusing me, but let me see if I can hazard a guess. If you're talking about installmental payment in regards to, hold on, guys. Hold on. Hello, babe. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. So I picked him up. He didn't want to eat, but I'm trying to get him to eat something. So he said he was to McDonald's, so I'm driving to McDonald's, right? But hey, basically the school is saying that he can't come back unless he gets another negative COVID test from the doctor, or he receives written permission to return after a negative COVID test, or and 11 days, or he has to be out for 11 days and symptom free. So yeah, he had basically, if anybody with over 100.4 has to with a no contact thermometer, because no contact thermometer is even read lower, has to go. So yeah. What else can I take you about?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Mavic. Okay. So they're basically symptomatic or COVID positive.
Okay.
Student receives the negative test and is asymptomatic, or has to receive a negative test or is asymptomatic, and then it gets sent to the school and she has to review it apparently before they can decide, if they can come back. And then or 10 days past so 11 days since the symptom onset, or you receive written permission. So what I was planning for next week, we need to strategize and keep this kid home. I don't know what's going on in that classroom, but there's something that's missing. Every time he gets exposed in there, it triggers him. He was fine yesterday. I don't know. But anyway, we have to figure out next week if there's a way that we can just keep him home. The problem is the only 2 days I'm off next week are Wednesday and Thursday. I can set him up to have his appointment on Thursday with the doctor to hopefully get a negative, and hopefully he's feeling better. But
well, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. When I come back, we'll figure it out.
Can you request Monday and Tuesday work from home? And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, past 7 days, 8, 9, 10.
I'll update, and we'll go from there. I'll update my supervisor and we'll go from there. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll go by whatever recommendations they gave, and we'll figure it out. So when I come back, we'll find the right way to take care of that. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I said I'm gonna
Hello?
update my supervisor, then we'll figure it out. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
When I come back, we'll figure it out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay, sorry guys. Let's continue. Let's see. Okay, so the clinic is still on. Apologize for the little break. It's family related issues we need to figure out. Okay, let's see. Not this. Let's see this one. Okay. And please stop sharing your lab results openly. That's not the right things to do. If you need your labs to be interpreted, please subscribe, then we can interpret it. When you share it openly, that's your medical information. It should be confidential. Please, can garlic and ginger stop someone from becoming pregnant? There is completely no correlation between your garlic and your ginger. The last time we checked, your garlic and your ginger are food condiments. So they are used in cooking food. So there is no relationship between the garlic and your ginger in regards to either improving your fertility or reducing your fertility, okay? So just keep using them like your normal food condiments. Okay. What's the best way to boost your progesterone level? Now, healthy living across the border. Exercise, drink water, avoid stress, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Then generally your body will function the right way. But when you've done all this and your progesterone level is still not within the normal range, then your gynecologist can give you progesterone supplement, which can be in form of drugs, it can be in form of suppository, or it can be in form of injections. Okay, let's continue, guys. Keep asking your questions, please. Okay, let's see. Okay, what will you do if you have low progesterone? Follow up with your gynecologist. Okay, let's continue. Keep asking your questions, please. Okay, so this person is asking, can one pay 3 or 4, 5 times in IVF? Now, the payment structure is an agreement between you and your provider. So if you're going with our provider will give you some leeway. They make it easier for people. The only thing is to make sure you make provisions so that at the end of the whole process, you would have completed your payment. So you have to start first. Okay? All right, let's continue. Can a breastfeeding mother take garlic? There is absolutely no problem with using garlic as food condiment. The problem is, what are you using it for? Some people use garlic and ginger for so many silly things, which doesn't have any medical inclination. So garlic and ginger are food condiments, and you can use it anytime. There is no contraindication on the time you can use it. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Keep asking your questions, please. Okay. Great job, Dr. Ndiche. All right, remember to register for the event on Sunday, and we'll meet you halfway. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, I've already answered that. Okay, let's see. Doc, please, what causes baby to die in the womb? Now, there are two categories of your babies dying in the womb. When your baby dies before 20 weeks, it's called miscarriage. When your baby dies beyond 20 weeks, it's called stillbirth. Now, top on the list of things that can lead to your baby dying are things we call chromosomal problems. That means when the two parents are coming together to make babies, we had some error, and it led to inability for the baby to continue because the body wants the best. Number two, infections. Number three, inflammations. Number four, cervical incompetence or structural problems. So when you've had death of your baby, we need to investigate. So anytime you've had miscarriage or stillbirth, when you have done with the emotional aspect of it, you go back, we investigate and see what we can correct. So if you have infections, we can treat infections. If you have hormonal issues, we can correct that. If you need to have cervical sacral to correct the incompetency, we can do that. So everything we do will be based on the outcome of investigations. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Okay, now how can you balance your hormone? Like I mentioned, adopting very healthy lifestyle, eating the right food, drinking your water, avoiding stress, sleeping, going for your well woman check. These are the things you can do by yourself. Now, when you're doing this, the only way for us to know if you have hormonal imbalance is to see a gynecologist. When you see a gynecologist, we're going to collect your blood sample, then we check your hormones. So you still need to go back to the gynecologist. Some people will be given some prescription, then you take it exactly the way we want you to take it. But while you're doing all this, work on your own lifestyle modifications, okay? What causes watery discharge and how can it be treated? So every woman discharges. So if your discharge is clear, watery, not smelly, not colored, it's physiologic. But when you have a lot of discharge, when it's smelly, when it's colored, when it's itching you, when it's leading to pain, likely infection or inflammation. Now you're asking how can it be treated? You don't treat anything by yourself. You go to a gynecologist. So what you need to do is to book an appointment, get a gynecologist, and we do our best to figure out why you're having this. Then we treat it appropriately. So that particular discharge might be an infection. It can be sexually transmitted infection. It can be UTI. It can be allergies. It can be sign of other things that might be going on in the body of a woman. There are so many things that can lead to that. How do we know exactly what might be the problem? By going to a gynecologist. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, after fibroid surgery, when can you start having sex? This is a decision your doctor will make. Your wound has to heal properly, both from the outside and the inside. Remember, when you're going for fibroid surgery, if it's not transvaginal, if it's intra-abdominal, we're going to cut your abdomen, we're going to cut your womb. So you have to recover physically from that wound. When you're recovered physically, you have to also recover emotionally. We have to make sure that everything is perfect. So the person that will give you a clean bill before you start having sex is who? Your doctor. Anytime you've had surgery, you go back for what we call post-surgical appointment. When you're going for your post-surgical appointment, we are checking the surgery. We are making sure it's going okay. We are making sure it's not infected. We are making sure you're ready. So don't start sex until you're told to do so. Why? When you start sex suddenly, you can injure yourself. You can open the wound. You can disrupt the healing. You can cause infection because anytime the body of a woman is bleeding or has any opening, it's an avenue for infections to come in. So only your doctor should tell you to start having sex when you've gone for any procedure, okay? All right. Is there any center in Abuja? Yes, we have one of our best providers in Abuja. Okay, so if you're in Abuja and you want to be referred to our provider for IVF, follow admin, subscribe, and we'll meet you halfway. Okay, guys, my time is almost up. Let's see. Okay? What causes period to come late or to skip 1 month? So many things can lead to what you're currently going through. It's called amenorrhea. Number one, your age. As you are getting older, you will likely be having skip periods. So irregular period is commoner from age 35 up. Stress, hormone imbalance, weight gain, weight loss, emotional trauma, lack of sleep, relationship problems. Any of the things I mentioned can affect your ability to have your normal regular bleeding. Okay? Can exercise cause baby to die in the womb? No. So long as your pregnancy is okay, so long as you're not jumping up and down and doing extreme exercise, there is no connection between your exercise and your baby dying. Matter of fact, when you engage in light and moderate exercise, it helps you and your baby. So exercise is protective. But when you go to the extreme in your pregnancy, definitely you can harm your baby. Okay? But normal exercise, completely nothing. Okay? Okay, let's see. How can one heal from previous labor pain trauma to get prepared for the next baby? Now, if you are talking about the normal pain you encounter when you're going into labor and delivery, that's normal. But if you were given episiotomy, so episiotomy is a surgical cut we give in your vagina when you're delivering, especially for first-time mothers, to give more room for your baby to be delivered without having any complications. Definitely a caring doctor will give you surgical episiotomy. Then you have to make sure that that episiotomy is hygienically maintained, properly healed. So long as the episiotomy was properly healed, you don't have problems. Okay? All right. Okay, guys, my time is up. Let me take care of one more question, then I'll go for the day. Remember to join me tomorrow for my word round and show up on Sunday for the bootcamp, and everybody will be happy. So let me take care of one more question, then I'm done for the day. Okay. You conceive with 35 egg, but you miscarried it barely 2 weeks. Is it because of the egg? Well, we wouldn't know. There are so many things that can lead to miscarriage. So stop blaming one particular thing you know about. Now, for you to have conceived, that means you probably went for IVF, right? Or IUI, I don't know the particular one. So for the doctor to step up to go for transfer, it means to have high grade embryo. Remember that the union of the egg and the sperm will lead to embryo. So if you have gone beyond the stage of transfer and you got positive pregnancy test, unfortunately, that pregnancy can be miscarried, just like a normal pregnancy. So what you need to do is to seek for the report. A report will tell us exactly the direction we are going to. You see, medical practice is not a guesswork. So when you're under me and I ask you for a report, those reports, if I read them, is going to help me to review and tell you where the direction is going. Okay, so thank you so much for coming this afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll also see you on Sunday. Until I see you, enjoy the rest of your weekend. God bless you, and bye-bye for now.